Well, in addition to the very common components of digital cameras that I showed you in the previous lesson, there are lots of little components that can be equally important, scattered all over the body of the camera. The first one I'll show you is the settings LCD. And that is a little LCD at the top of the camera, usually on top of the camera, sometimes at the top back of the camera. And it will show you a variety of things such as what ISO rating you've currently chosen. That's equivalent to your film speed. The number of pictures that you have left to shoot before you run out of images on your current card. The image quality that you're using. And in certain modes you'll also see the aperture and shutter setting that you're currently using, whether or not you have the flash turned on, and so on and so forth. In other words, the result of a lot of these buttons. If you turn the camera over and look at the bottom of the camera, you'll find a little screw thread that's called the tripod socket, and that's made for a standard tripod thread so that you can mount your camera on some device that will keep it steady when you're shooting a slow exposure. If your camera will allow you to use an external flash unit that you can hold away from the camera or add power to your flash with, it will either have a hot shoe or a PC flash sync connector. Illustrated here we see the hot shoe, and that allows you to slide a flash with a direct connection right to the camera, and it keeps the flash on the camera. You can also get little adapters, which are a good idea, that will allow you to hook up a sync cord to that hot shoe flash so that you can hold the flash away from the camera, bounce it off the ceiling, and that sort of thing. The next thing you need to concern yourself with are strap connectors so that you have some means of connecting a neck strap to your camera. And strap connectors look just like this most of the time. If they're the really good kind, they're exactly like this, so that they can rotate when you turn the camera up and down and sideways and don't cause the neck strap to get all twisted up. If you wear glasses, you hope that your camera has a diopter adjustment. That's usually a little knob that's right next to the viewfinder and allows you to compensate for the focus of your eyeglasses or for the focus of your not very good vision. The next thing that you'll need to find is a connection to your computer so that you can download images directly from your camera to the computer. Here we see a connection for a USB cable, which is the most common type of connection with current cameras. Older ones used a serial connection. Some of the more advanced professional cameras use a FireWire connection. The FireWire connection looks very similar to this USB connection. And finally, you want a connection to an AC adapter. Ironically, the AC adapter is marked DC in because the AC adapter converts power from a wall plug to DC to power your camera, so that if you're working on a long-term project and you need to keep the LCD monitor on and keep other things active, you don't have to worry about using up batteries. This works especially well if you're working indoors or in a studio or shooting a lot of still lifes or interiors, architectural shots, and that sort of thing. So that wraps up the lesson on the other components of digital cameras. We'll see you in the next lesson.